immediately. I'll proceed your end.
These are some good teams here you're right with. Sorry I didn't get that from the start, but that was pretty good. 5 boat lengths from the mark, spinnaker full, jib should be very loose, always remember that. Still steering very good upwind, good boat balance. It's just dreadful conditions, right? But you guys are doing good. Okay, pull the right side sheet. There he goes. Hold it right there. Sean. Now we should head up a little. Got to head up to fill the kite. It's just blanketed by the mainsail, but that was good. Sean was very quick on the pole. You just need to heat it up. There, I got it. Race 1. You guys gained, sailing lower than other people, and here you are doing it again. A lot of people are pull forward, reaching high, and it's really a game of figuring that out at this age. You don't want to do any one thing all the time, and you definitely don't want to copy all the time. You want to experiment and try new things, and that's what you're doing. You're just sailing lower than everybody, and it's worked sometimes. Overall, it has worked more times than not this weekend. Sometimes you've been caught a little bit low, other boats going faster around you, and you look like you're gaining, and then all of a sudden they jibe and they're ahead. But anyway, great job sailing. I can tell you're sailing very well. Okay, the marks are to your left. The spinnaker looks pretty good. I've been having the skipper take the spinnaker sheet in their hand down there well before the jibe and just get the pressure right, like just get the spinnaker flying just right. So the process is pull the main in 1.5 feet, cleat it. Grab the spinnaker sheet, keep flying the spinnaker, get it as loose as you can without luffing. Make sure there's a little pressure in it. Then we jibe. When you get really good, you'll have both spinnaker sheets in your non-tiller hand, but right now I haven't trained you on that. Okay, you got to be jibing here. The marks are way over there. Now we haven't taught you rotation yet, but pulling the right side sheet right now would be a good idea. Right side sheet would help you. There you go. Got it. Nice work. We pull that in as we turn, believe it or not. So not that you already have enough things to do. So we pull the guy in as we turn into the jibe, slowly. And that becomes the sheet. Very good. The buoys are pretty square to the wind. I think if I were starting a race right now, I would rather be 6798 than 8228. Oop, shrimp. So I think this buoy might be a little better. I don't know. I think they're pretty even. Pretty equal distant upwind, plus they're so close together. Those are both within 3 boat length circles of each other, so if it got windy, those would be too close together. Perfect for light air. But you have overlapping 3 boat length circles there. That gets a little nutty. Not hooked. That main looks just like the leader's mains. It's about as powerful as you can make it. The vertical wrinkles look very similar to the leader, so I think you're looking pretty darn good. We got the outhaul loose, an inch or two. No more heel than that. Again, normally I want the crew sitting inside, but man, your upwind speed has not been that bad at all. With them on the tank, it looks pretty good. There's the finish line up there. We're gonna go over that making trees thing again. Okay, so let's say I was on port tack coming into the finish line here. I'm looking at the land behind that boat right in the middle on starboard. And I am gaining the hotel more and more slowly here. Now I'm not gaining, I'm holding almost exactly even on that hotel. That means I'm on a collision course. Okay, and now I'm making trees, so now I'm crossing. See how I'm gaining the hotel on that starboard tacker right there in the middle. I think it's 7-2 something. Gaining trees, gaining trees, gaining. I'm looking at 7-2 something right there. I'm still making trees. Even though I'm not moving. Okay. Now I'm looking at the hill right in front of their jib. Let's watch the tack, I guess. Oh, there's Stella. I am holding trees on her. I'm on the exact same spot. I'm on a collision course. Man, it is amazing how slow their upwind progress is right now. There's the hotel. I'm holding the hotel. Oops, I'm just starting to lose trees. Oh, the fin is starting to disappear, that sailboat. Now I'm losing trees slowly. So she's ahead of me now. So that's how we tell if we're ahead or behind people. We're looking at the land beyond them, right in front of their jib. Last race of the regatta, I flag was up and about 6 boats called over early. .5409 gets off the line 1/3 of the way from the pin, so the pin's a little favored. He's able to get away from the line 1/3 of the way away from the pin without getting mashed up with some of those people down there. That's what you're looking to do. I actually think that you guys just had an outstanding start. What did we change? We have changed your rake today before the last race. Not that I like to change things after you just got a 12th, but everybody ahead of you had a higher boom, meaning a tighter leech on the jib and a rounder foot on the jib, so we copied them a little. I think that looks outstanding. Also, I felt like you had a little too much twist, so the rake forward also pulls, now the main sheet's pulling more down on the boom, so able to just pull that leech in a little bit more. We loosened your traveler after we raked forward. So I think last race, the second race today, your start is what killed you. This start is much better. I think you're ahead of a lot of boats. Now you cross behind 4 or 5 boats only, maybe 3, and you're on starboard, and you are crossing everybody on the left. So now we go into our standard tactic right now, because there's plenty of wind on the left. We're gonna go 75% left. You just gotta keep going. So right now we're in tack minimization mode. You do not want to tack early here. You've already crossed most of the fleet. A lot of good sailors are to your left, a lot of good ones. And you're ahead of them. You just keep going, and when they start to come across, tack in front of them, near them, maybe cross them and go 5 boat lengths and then tack, but do not start any tacks. You're doing great. I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna say definitely top 6. You're behind that crane over there. You just hiked out over there, that's you. You're behind 1 on the right, and you're behind maybe 5 or 6 on the left, but maybe none, maybe only 1 or 2. Yep, you're crossing 4593 right there. Now you gotta look at the angle of the boats behind very quickly, and if they're lifted, stay pointing high. But if these boats on the left aren't lifted, you just want to do your speed build right there. 4593, you're right behind them going on port. You do your speed build, but it's all dictated by the angles of the boats here. If these boats are all lifted, you're staying right on the wind. If they're all headed or lower, you're doing a big speed build over there. You want a speed build going into the ley line over there. Just get the boat ripping so that anybody else around you who's ducking or tacking, you're gaining on all the time. Get it ripping. Okay, we're gonna see how you do. Right, Stella and Preston in 6th in their last race of the regatta. Painfully light day. They've had a really good. I don't want you copying all the time, but I would go ahead and be looking at this American flag boat. You were just right next to him, and definitely would be feeling a little bit more like him. So it's good to kind of copy their boom angle once in a while. When you see somebody who's really good around you, go ahead and copy just a little and just kind of match where they're sitting, match their angle to the wind, everything. Okay, you're getting it. You are pumping your mainsail, which is so you must be watching him, because he's playing his main a little bit. I think you're pumping much harder than him, but that's one thing. You could be 8th. You're doing a good job. I think you just looked back and said no room. Now what we do in these conditions actually down here is we would take the spinnaker down early, possibly, and do high school style jives. Go into high school mode, do a jive, sail a little ways, do another jive. If that girl's calling for room, she didn't really have it, but good idea to come to this buoy. Now you got to heel to leeward just to get your boom. Look at that, right behind the 9 high plan. They're good. You are right in here with all the teams that did very well yesterday. Nice work. Now you just got to get heeled to leeward right now. See how the 55 has got a little heel to leeward? And that just makes it so that the sails have a little shape, and there you go. Oh boy, 9339 should have never been able to do that. So that means you're, okay, well that just practice. We just got to practice more, because there's no way that boat should have been able to do that. We were just off the wind, I think, with the sails all the way in. That's okay. Sail setup is looking just like everybody else's. A little bit hooked on the main. That's about all you can do. And you're hanging. Beating a lot of people. Looks pretty light over there. If you look out towards the jetty, I think you can see pressure, wind pressure. There's a dark spot out about 100 yards past that boat on the left there. And you are right here in the middle in about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-ish. And the wind's gonna, if the wind goes left, you could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you could be 6. If we get pressure, I do look at the flags on the finished boat there, and I can't really read it. It definitely doesn't look like a righty on it, but I can't really tell what direction. If I see hard left, which I see the red flag on the race committee, but I think it's more left than right for sure. So we're in good shape here. We're getting lifted as we speak. This is all good for us. The race for first and second is on. 5409's down there to leeward. 9344 is just squeaking ahead of VCYC, which had a big lead. So Jack has done an amazing job. Do you notice the heel on 9433? Just that little bit of leeward heel. And then you look at us and it's almost the same. Look at that. You are really doing well here. You are sailing just like the top boats. New and Ice boys, just a little bit of heel. So you're starting to even look, even at this time, starting to look like the top boats. Okay, well, it looks like Jack Egan's just took in the lead. I wonder if they're going to finish him here. Maybe not. There is a little pressure here, so I guess they've decided this might be the best leg of the day coming up, but it is very determined to not blow in. We'll see if this one does. This one looks like it's got a little bit more breeze behind it.